Buenos dias, all. RGT85 here. Hope everyone's having a great day. It's Labor Day here in the United States, but my labor does not stop simply because it's a holiday, because I got to keep grinding, baby. The grind goes on. But we got a couple things I want to talk about today on the channel. First and foremost, I'm not a Nintendo YouTuber, but I am an Xbox YouTuber, so we're going to talk about some Xbox things that I don't know, maybe one of them relates to Nintendo. If this is your first time here, welcome. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 500,000 subscribers. We're getting there slowly but surely. Hit the like button as well. I don't need further ado. Let's talk about what's going on in the world of video games. I want to have a little bit of real talk here. A little bit of real talk before we get into the news, because this Starfield situation, it's out of control. It's out of control, and these things keep happening, and they keep getting worse and worse in the video game sphere. And I'm sure this happens in other forms of media, but it definitely seems to happen more so in video games. Now, admittedly, I have not played Starfield yet. I wasn't a cool kid. I didn't get a review copy, and of course, I wasn't going to pay $30 to play it. Like, I'll just wait till it's out on Game Pass. But it's a game that I'm really looking forward to playing. I've watched some footage of the game. I like what I see. You know, it looks like an RGT style game, kind of Fallout or Skyrim in outer space, taking elements from both of those games. So whatever, I'm on board with this. I'm excited to play it. Of course, last week on the channel, we of course talked about these Starfield reviews, and I thought it was very positive. It's sitting at an 87 right now on Metacritic for the Xbox version of the game. At the time of the filming of the video that we did last week, it was an 86, 87 on OpenCritic. I believe it's an 88 on OpenCritic right now. So this is one of the higher end ratings for a big AAA game. This is outscoring a lot of other games. So you would think everyone would be fine with this and understand that there's people that maybe don't necessarily like this style of game, or they wanted an evolution of it, whatever the case may be. But now there's a whole conspiracy theory tinfoil hat, which we'll tinfoil hat later on in this video, about people purposefully trying to bring down. IGN and GameSpot both gave it a 7 out of 10. So there's a large contingency of people who are like, this is a conspiracy, because if this was on PlayStation, it would have scored higher. If this was on Xbox, it would have scored higher. And people are going after these places ruthlessly for their reviews. And I hate this. I hate this, because what it does is essentially you want a hive mind. You want a hive mind mentality where everyone thinks exactly the way you think. And that's not how real life is. If you look at videos I've done on this channel before, I've talked about games that people absolutely love and said that I didn't enjoy them. I didn't like Crash Team Racing. I didn't like Dead by Daylight. And people try to rake me over the coals with that. I'm not going to back down from that, though. If I'm not enjoying the game, if there's something, if I am able to convey why I do not like a game throughout my video, then you can't get that mad at me. You can disagree with me all day, but you can't get mad at me and say that I'm trying to sabotage something. It's the same thing with these reviews. If the words match the score, then you can't get mad about it. If somebody sits there and says, oh, this game sucks, I can't believe it, blah, 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 9 out of 10. Or this game, you know, it's great, I really enjoyed it, 6 out of 10. Then yeah, the math ain't math in there. At the end of the day, though, people are going to have differentiating opinions about this game. There's a ton of people that like it. There's some people that don't really love it as much as others. And there's some people that aren't going to like it regardless of anything. Don't let someone else's review like ruin your day, to make you go on these crusades, to make you do all this sort of stuff. Starfield is putting up insane numbers right now. Over 250,000 concurrent players on Steam, and the only way to play the game on Steam was by buying the $100 edition. Wait till it comes out on Game Pass. We haven't even talked about Xbox figures yet or anything like that, but just wait until that happens. Like, this game is going to be very successful. An 87 is an extremely high score. A 7 out of 10 is not indicative of a bad game. A 5 out of 10 is a mediocre game, and we need to use basic math with this stuff. A 5 out of 10 is a middle-of-the-road mediocre game. A 7 out of 10 is a very good game. 8 is excellent, 9 is superb, 10 is one of the best experiences ever. That's just my opinion, though. If you disagree with me, that's cool, but you can't disagree with the logic that I'm giving you. At the end of the day, it's just somebody else's opinion. If IGN scores one game higher than another game, look and see who did those reviews, because obviously it probably won't be the same people. And then you could say, well, it's still, you know, it's got to go through an editor, this, that, or the other. It's just a number at the end of the day. And that's why I don't even score games on this channel anymore, because I don't like doing it, because all it does is cause controversy. You should know by somebody's words. You should know by somebody's gameplay. You should know by how somebody speaks about a game or writes about a game, whether or not it's a game that you would be interested in. Rant over. Hope we're all on the same page about Starfield. I'm looking forward to playing it, but don't get pissy about review scores. They don't mean anything at the end of the day. It's literally a number that means nothing. We put way too much weight into numbers and stuff like that on these reviews. It is what it is. Just move on with your life. But our second topic, well, this is where things are getting a little bit spicy. Once again, we're going to be talking about Xbox. We're going to be talking about Nintendo as well, because over the weekend, Nintendo Live took place over in Seattle, which, you know, that's West Coast, so I'll never go there. I'm not a huge fan of the West Coast. Seattle, it seems like a place I would like because it's always kind of dreary and rainy, but I don't know, man. I don't know. But during this event, a unlikely guest actually appeared at Nintendo Live to check out some of the stuff that was going on. And no, I'm not talking about OJ from Player Essence, although he was there, but they had lots of games on display. And of course, one of the games that you could actually play was Super Mario Brothers Wonder. We got the Super Mario Brothers Wonder Direct the last week, which was really good. Turns out you can turn off that stupid annoying flower as well, which I wasn't very happy with in the Direct presentation, but you can turn it off, so that's good. But let's take a look here, because an interesting character decided to stop by. Phil Spencer of Xbox had a great time visiting PAX West 2023 today with my family. Fun to get to walk the floor and just play games. Had a blast playing 4-player Super Mario Wonder at Nintendo Live. Thank you to Nintendo of America for letting everyone play. And then here's Phil and some other people. Phil's got a nice little double XL sweatshirt there. You know, he's in comfort mode. Maybe that's a zip up jacket. I don't know why you're wearing a jacket. Like, is that really cold there? But this to me, and I know what you're gonna say, it is very tinfoil hat, by the way, and you could completely agree with me on that. But think of it like this. I just want you to think of this, and then we'll get into some of the things that I think could have happened here. If Phil Spencer took this same photo with Spider-Man 2 and went to an event that Spider-Man 2 was at to play the game, and then said, you know, here's a picture of me playing the game. Thanks to Sony for making this game and letting people play it. Don't you think people on the internet would have a meltdown? If Jim Ryan went to Starfield's event and was there playing Starfield and said, hey, great job, Xbox, don't you think Twitter would have a meltdown? If Doug Bowser went to a Spider-Man event or a Starfield event, don't you think Twitter would have a meltdown? Don't you think the conspiracy theories would be running all over the place? Because they should. Everything in video games on the business end of things is extremely calculated. I always say, coincidences usually do not happen within video games. Everything is a calculated decision. Everything is going into motion for specific reasons. So for Philly to be at this event, taking a picture at this event, and thanking Nintendo for letting everyone play, you can't convince me that there's not a reason for this. Now, what is this reason? Obviously, Xbox and Nintendo already have a relationship. Xbox basically wants to make this relationship more serious. They're thinking engagement and stuff, and Nintendo's like, I'm just trying to bang you on the weekends. I get what you're saying, Nintendo. I understand that mentality. But Xbox obviously wants to grow this relationship with Nintendo. They want to put things like Game Pass on the Nintendo Switch. It's something we have talked about before on this channel. Xbox constantly puts games on Nintendo platforms. It's just the way things are now. They encourage cross-platform play with more games than they do with Sony or Sony and Nintendo. So this is a relationship that exists. Banjo-Kazooie being added into Super Smash Bros. And coming to Nintendo 64 Online. So what are they talking about? What are they planning here? Obviously, we all kind of know that a Switch 2 is on the horizon. Eventually, sooner rather than later, we're going to learn about this system. But what's happening in the meantime? Could more Rare games be coming to N64 Online? MBG, stupid British bastard, I know you're watching this, and he made a joke when I said I was thinking about making this video. He's like, oh, what are they going to say? Where are the Rare games coming to N64 Online? Bro, we don't know anything about the next batch of N64 games online. And I would not be surprised if there are some Rare games in there. Because really, I mean, they're kind of running out of games already with this N64 stuff. So they're either going to end it or they're going to add in some of these rare games. So could that be the whole situation? Look at GoldenEye 007, MBG. You stupid. You didn't even think about that. But GoldenEye 007 came to Nintendo Switch Online. Like, bro, something's brewing here. Something's brewing. It might not be anything major, but things like adding in more classic N64 Diddy Kong Racing with that online battle, yo, that would be dope. That's a great game. And this could mean other things, such as more games from Microsoft coming to Nintendo Switch, or the possibility of the next Nintendo platform. So, like I say, where there's smoke, there's fire. I don't believe in many coincidences in the world of video games, and I'm not believing that this is a coincidence. This is a power move, a PR move, a public relations move, because you're doing it in the public eye. You could have simply went to this event and said nothing, but you chose to take a picture, and you chose to put it on the internet. Am I looking too deep into this rabbit hole, though? Because I mean, there's a pretty good chance I am. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. Hope you're having a good Labor Day if you live in the United States. If you don't live in the United States, hope you're having a good Monday. If you happen to work at Royal Mail over in England, please get to work. I have a package coming from England. I've been waiting for this for 3 weeks. I finally got the tracking number, but it's the weekend, so the tracking hasn't updated yet. Put a little pizzazz on it, a little express shipping. It's very important. It's the final 4 Hasbro figures I need from the WWF. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.